Hi, I'm Kristin Wasserman. I'm a school counselor here at Boca High, and this is my story. I definitely know what it's like for these seniors applying for college. When I was in college, I struggled a lot and ended up changing my major from nursing after my junior year, and never thought I'd be working in a school, and here I am now. When I was in high school, school definitely was super stressful. I know when I meet with students, that's something we talk about often. And, for me, high school was a struggle. Anytime there was any kind of big test, especially like SAT, ACT, super anxious. It was always so hard to get started and just finish the task. I was always super worried about completing the task perfectly or completing that quiz or assignment or presentation, and it was really hard for me to slow down and kind of take a deep breath and realize this is not that big. It's important and you should always try your best, but something I really didn't realize in high school is that it's okay to not get a good grade in a class. You will be okay. You're trying and you learn from any of those failed tests or mistakes or missing assignments, and you just have to stay motivated. Growing up, I just was always kind of told that I'd be a great nurse, and it kind of just stuck. When I took, any of those Myers-Briggs or like any kind of personality or career test, it always kind of led me towards the helping profession. And for some reason, I always just thought, I'm going to be a nurse. Like, this is going to be my profession. And so I went into high school. I took all of the classes to help, prepare me for college, for nursing school. Anatomy, physiology, sports medicine. And so, when I went to think of what college I would go to or, apply, I really wanted to go to a college for nursing, and I wanted a 4-year program. I didn't want to go in undecided. I was pretty committed to it. And so I ended up going to school at a small college outside of Philadelphia. I grew up in a small town in Jersey on the other side of Pennsylvania. So it's only a couple hours away, which I thought was perfect for me. If I needed anything, it wasn't super far. So I was accepted to a 4-year nursing program and was convinced that was going to be my major. I had it all figured out. I really learned throughout college, and especially as an adult, that if you just slow down and kind of tell yourself like, it's going to be okay, then you actually, for me, I did so much better once I had that mindset, and it wasn't so much like, anxiety going into it. It's not as big as it seems. The decision to change my major was super hard. If I'm being honest, I knew pretty early into college, like my freshman year, that I just couldn't really see myself being a nurse. The coursework was really hard. I was being super anxious, starting to cancel plans with friends. If my parents called or friends from home, I would be really short. I just felt like I didn't have time to have a life and still do well at school. And that was really my first kind of, okay, maybe something's not right. So I pushed through freshman year and sophomore year of college in nursing, and I did fairly well. It took a lot. It was a lot of stress and study groups and going to my professors, but I did well in the classes. I got by, and so I kind of, even though I was feeling it wasn't the major for me, and I really couldn't picture myself ever working as a nurse, I kind of just was like, I'm doing well in school, let me just stay in it. Kind of disregarded that it was kind of affecting my mental health and my happiness, and was like, no, I don't know what else to do, so why would I change my major? Going into my junior year, when I really realized something's not right. Like, I was so stressed out beyond how I was in high school. Like, this was, to me, just not normal stress. Like, maybe I have anxiety. Maybe something is really wrong with me. And so when that started to happen, I started to confide in my professors. I met with the dean of nurses. I was like, I'm not sure what's going on with me. I did several clinical rotations, and I just still didn't feel right in the major. I was very nervous caring for patients, and just the fear of messing up and like affecting someone's life, and the fast-paced demands of the hospital, I guess, were just getting to me. I was encouraged by family members and friends and my professors, but it just didn't seem right still. I was not happy and still just couldn't see myself being a nurse. It just, even into my junior year, and I really just knew like there has to be something else while I'm in college I can explore. I was like, maybe I'd make a good teacher. Maybe I should do, social work or something. Like, I still didn't know. And that was really frustrating. And, at that point I was like, 19, 20 years old, supposed to be, getting an internship while my friends are, almost on their way to graduating. And I still was like, wow, maybe I should start from scratch. I don't know. I think what really was the reason I switched majors, just not even knowing what major I wanted to switch into, I was like, I need to switch, is I was in my clinical rotation and I was on a med-surg floor, had been caring for patients for 3 or 4 days. It seemed longer, but anyway, one of my patients died. I still remember this moment, and it was just so real to me that like, I can't handle this. I went home early and I just kind of reflected on how I was feeling, which I really didn't do often. It was like very go, 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 always so busy. And I kind of just noticed that there were a lot of signs that like, I should probably talk to someone. Like, I should probably just like make a change. I noticed, at the time I had lost a lot of weight, and like friends, my roommates would be going to eat dinner, and I was like, no, I have to study. So that was definitely a sign. I also had really bad stomach pains, like, the kind when you're nervous that you feel, but this was like worse than that. It was like a sharp pain in my stomach that I had never felt before. Someone told me about somatic symptoms when you are super stressed and your body feels it, and we kind of just said that's what it was. My doctor was kind of like, you're having somatic symptoms, like that pain you're feeling is not anything medical, it's something more mental health related. If you're like me and you're just feeling super anxious, sick, overwhelmed, and you were like me, how I was feeling, you can get help. There's plenty of places to get help. I recommend starting with your parents, starting with your teachers, counselors. We have a very diverse group of counselors. Like, come, speak out and ask for that help. Sometimes what I found that I needed to take a moment to do was to actually just take a moment and look at myself and think, what can I do? I know I'm feeling this way, I know I'm struggling, but how do I make it better? And that really helped me. So I really encourage you all to do that. Again, I'm Kristin Wasserman, one of the school counselors at Boca High. Thanks for listening, and honestly, please reach out to me or any of the counselors. We are literally here for you and to help you through any kind of struggle. So just know you can always come see us, and I hope to see you soon.